Yo, what's going on? Pit Pocket Podcast. Me and Bart here to give y'all some predictions for UFC Fight Night for this Saturday coming up and Super Bowl 58 Chiefs versus San Francisco 49ers. What's going
We
on,
got
Bart?
to, man. I thought it was gonna be the 10-year anniversary with the Ravens. Lamar, come on, man. But
Lamar.
all right, we got the 5-year anniversary. Fuck it, you know.
That's funny.
You know, I was like, fuck it. I was like, I totally forgot about that one. But man, let's start off with the UFC, and then we'll get into the big fucking game, the biggest game of the year.
Yes,
I,
sir.
I work at a store right now. TVs are selling like a motherfucker, man. I work at man, you wouldn't believe it, bro. But let's start off with UFC. So we got Bogdan Guskov versus Zach Pauga. Man, Zach Pauga, he's been in the UFC for a minute. He's fought some veterans. But his last fight, he lost to Bukowskis. A decent fight to lose to, a decent fighter to have a loss to because he's been in the UFC for a minute. And he's lost to Muhammad Usman, Kamaru Usman's brother. So he has some decent losses. But I
Oh,
was
I remember this guy now. My bad, Bart.
oh good.
I
But
remember this guy.
he is he's the type of fighter, type of heavyweight that holds you up against the fence, tries to do a lot of clinch control, and he's got some decent striking too. But I think this Bogdan guy, he made his UFC debut against Volkan Ozdemir. Tough, tough
Very
debut.
tough. Yeah, very
Like this guy, his losses are to Magomed Ankalaev, like some of the best light heavyweights in the division. So Volkan Ozdemir. But let me talk about Bogdan Guskov. 5 straight wins with uh TKO in the first round.
wow.
You could call him a fucking can crusher all you want, but I looked at his footage. I think Pauga is not it's not a good matchup for him. This guy's a power puncher, and his odds even to win by knockout are minus 125, so that tells you something.
Mm.
I think Bogdan here as a plus 102 underdog is the move. I like him with his knockout power against Pauga. Pauga gets tends to hit a lot, even though he does do the clinch control. He has some decent clinch control, but I think Bogdan gets him out of there in the first or second round with a TKO. But it's his debut. He learned a lot in that fight against Ozdemir, even though he got knocked out.
Yeah,
It's
I definitely
it's time
agree
for
with
a
you.
new. I think it's he's a prospect that's coming up, and it's a good matchup for him.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you nailed it right on the coffin, G. Because Alzheimer, for that shit to be your debut fight, bro, that's very fucking tough, G. Like
That's a tough mm, task to
for sure,
you
for
know.
sure. So I think like him getting that experience with a top level guy is gonna like give him more of a boost of a confidence walking into this fight this Saturday. And this guy is knockouts in the first round, you know what I'm saying? And I've seen Poga fight before, and I don't know. Compared to fucking Bogdan Gozgov, I gotta go with the Bogdan, bro. So
Yeah, exactly,
that's
exactly.
who I'm going with, man. Top prospect, and like I said, he got that feel of a top level guy in his division. He's gonna learn from it. He's young, about to be a second fight in the UFC. I'm going, yeah, I got Bogdan, bro, plus 100
And let me just add this: he fought in Brave FC. That's a real good, organization.
organization.
Like that's actually a one that has some, name to it. People know about it, and that's where he was knocking these motherfuckers out.
Hmm.
What's next fight we're going with? Marcin Prachnau, or we got
Yeah.
no, we got Jeremiah Wells and Max Griffin first. Ooh,
Okay,
this was a tough one. This
let's
is a
talk
tough
about it.
one.
You
But
know want me to roll with it.
um, what you started off, Sway. What you think here? What you thinking for this fight?
All right, for Max Griffin and Jeremiah Wells. Max Griffin, he's 19 and 10, 38 years old, 9 TKOs, 3-2 his past 5 fights. We know Max Griffin, he has the power. He's really good finding his spots when it comes to knockouts and shit. But 38 years old, and he's been kind of struggling, losing the past fights lately. I think Jeremiah Wells gets the win. Jeremiah Wells, he's 12-3 with one draw. 37 years old, five TKO wins, four submission wins as well. He's more of a mixed martial artist, you know what I'm saying? He could knock you out and get the submission. He's 4-1 his past 5 fights. His last fight, Jeremiah Wells, he blew it, bro. He was winning the entire fight and then he got submission in the last round, bro. Like, man, he was doing really good.
He
For
was
a 37-year-old Jeremiah Wells, he's been on a streak. I think I'm gonna go with Jeremiah Wells here, man, just because he almost won that last fight. He blew it. I think he's gonna bounce back from it. And I think Max Griffin, I don't know. I don't,
Look,
I don't know.
man, Jeremiah Wells has shut some fucking prospects down. People were so high on Matthew Semselberger, remember?
Yeah,
And
I
now
remember.
he beat him. He beat Court McGee. That's a great win to have. I don't know about Mike Matella, but I don't think he's in the UFC anymore. But he beat Warley Alves as well, which is a good win to have.
Mm,
Uh, Man, he blew it, like you said, in that last fight. He was winning against Carlston Harris. But man, yeah, exactly. Max Griffin, though, 38 years old. I think now he's the time. It's like he's the type of fighter that's gonna fight these prospects, and we're gonna see if they're the real deal or not.
for sure.
He's 3-2 into his last five fights. Max Griffin. He beat actually Tim Means, which is a great win to have. But what do you think here? I think this fight definitely goes to the decision. Uh
Oh yeah. I can see this fight going to decision here.
I think fight to start round three was what do we have here? Minus 150. I like that here. And I like Jeremiah Wells money line, both of those. It's not a two leg same game parlay, but just I like both of those single bets.
Yeah,
Minus
yeah.
150 and for fight to start round three and minus 150 for Jeremiah Wells money line.
Yes, sir. I like that as well. I like the fight to start in round three. I like the fight to go the distance if you don't want to risk, you know what I'm saying? I also like Jeremiah Wells beating Max Griffin for this fight for UFC, man.
And so that's what we got there. We got Jeremiah Wells money line fight to start round three. If you want to be a little more risky, fight to go to distance. Man, this next one, we got our first underdog of the night, plus 200 coming in.
Mm.
Marcin Prachniow versus the minus 240 favorite of Devin Clark. I have seen Devin Clark's fight so many times. It's like watching, man, Rosenstrike fight. He fucking is just not caliber of UFC. Even though he's been in the UFC for a minute, he's the type of guy to fill in the prelim cards. I think Prachniow has had some decent success. He's had some tough fucking opponents that he's fought. So he's got a tough hand. Like he lost to Vitor Petrino, who I think is a real good prospect. I think he's like the next Paulo Costa coming up. He's Brazilian, great fighter, undefeated, I believe, 8-0 still. And he lost to a guy named Philip Lins, but I think he should have won that fight. Um, but he's got some great wins too, though. Khalil Roundtree, William Knight. Um, he
Wins.
lost his losses to Magomed Ankalaev. But I really like him as the underdog here. He's learned a lot in his career. He's 35, so he's a little bit older. But so is what's his name? Devin Clark. He's been around for a minute too. I think he's 37, if I believe.
I
Or
believe.
he's actually 33. He's younger.
Mm.
I thought he was 2 years older, but I still got Prachnio here plus 200 going with the Polak. Hey,
I'm going Bart People here too, man. Bart's Peoples, you know what I'm saying? I'm going
he,
The Polish
I,
power.
I think the level of opponents he lost to, it's gonna show, and he's learned a lot from those fights, and he's gonna be able to beat Devin Clark, who's a real fucking boring fighter. I got Devin Clark here. Or I got fucking Marcin Prachniow here. Let's go, my people.
Sir.
Come on.
I
come through
agree.
clutch one.
I got Marcin here as well. Devin Clark, he's not an exciting fighter. He's definitely beatable. I seen his last fight. Like, let's see. I like this spot here too. Plus 200. That's a nice number, though.
Exactly, like like he his last fight, he got fucking choked out too by Kennedy Nchuku, who is not a submission artist by any means. He's more of a knockout artist. So that just goes to show. But I think I'm rolling with Pratchett here all the way. What's our next fight?
Yes, sir. That's what we got for that fight. This next one, we got
Ooh,
Brad Tavares versus Gregory Rodriguez, aka
RoboCop
RoboCop. This big
and
fucker. Let's talk about Brad Tavares real quick, though. Brad Tavares, he's 20 and 9, 36 years old, 5 TKO wins, 2 submission wins, 3-2 his past 5 fights. Brad Tavares, his last fight, he beat Chris Weidman. It was a good win, seeing over experienced guy like that. But Gregory Rodriguez, on the other hand, RoboCop, this guy is huge, man. He's 15, well, excuse me, 14 and 5, 31 years old with 19 KO wins. He's 3-2 his past 5 fights as well. But this guy is huge. Like he should like belong in light heavyweight. And we seen it in RoboCop's last fight. This guy destroyed his opponent like it was nothing. Like wow.
man, he was so fucking impressive. He
And
was
my bad, Bart. Go ahead.
No, like he lost to like Bruno Ferreira and Armin Petrosyan. Other than that, he's beat Jun Young Park, who's a decent veteran. He's beat Dennis Tululum in this fight, and he literally destroys his opponents. Brad Tavares is gonna go for the takedowns, but they're not gonna work against some a guy like RoboCop who's fucking massive and actually has decent takedown defense.
Yep.
So it's just a battle of a bad matchup here for Brad Tavares. I don't think he's a bad fighter, but I think RoboCop striking and his power is just going to be too much for him. And I remember Brad Tavares' last fight against Shara Bullet. Remember in the Abu Dhabi card,
Destroyed him.
destroyed his leg. I think that might play a factor in this fight. How the damage he absorbed in his last fight.
For sure. And I would say RoboCop's odds, Gregory Rodriguez, is really good right now. Like minus 235, I know is kind of a little favorite, but his odds usually be like minus 600, minus 500. I think those are great odds to add to a parlay or something. I really like RoboCop a lot in this fight. What you think?
I got RoboCop too. I think he might get the finish. I don't know if you guys are a little bit risky and looking for a finish prop. I think that's the way he gets it done. But overall, money line minus 240 here, I think is the move.
All right. That's what we both got, guys. RoboCop beating Brad Tavares. This next fight, man, Dan Ige versus Andre Philly. Dan Ige, he's 17 and 7, 32 years old. He's 5 TKO wins, 5 submission wins, 2-3 his past 5 fights. Dan Ige's last fight, I believe he lost to Bryce Mitchell, right? I believe so. I think so.
Yeah, he lost to Bryce Mitchell. Split
Yeah,
decision,
yeah.
I think. Oh
Yeah,
no, it
yeah,
was unanimous decision. Unanimous decision. I thought Dan Ige won that fight. If we're going based on damage,
for sure.
Bryce Mitchell did a lot of fucking grappling and trying to do submissions that just didn't work out. And I think he just like kind of won it in a bogus way. I'm not gonna lie. I think Dan Ige definitely was the better fighter in that fight.
For sure, man. And Andre Philly, on the other hand, he's 23 and 10, 33 years old. 10 TKO wins, man. 3 submission wins as well. He's 2-2 with one known contest. What's up, Bella? I love Bella.
What's up, Bella?
She's sick.
Heard
Uh,
that. This
nah,
fucking
yeah, man. But
no, but keep
listen,
going.
no, yeah, Andre Philly, he's 5'9", then Ige's 5'6". So Andre Philly's a little taller. I'm a little worried about this fight, man. I'm hesitant about this fight. I didn't want to pick a winner. So I do like the fight to start in round 3, minus 250. If you want the fight to go to distance as well, those are good odds, I believe. But I really like the fight to start round 3, minus 250. I can't pick a winner in this fight, guys. What you think?
Man, the fact that Dan Ige survived against Josh Emmett power puncher who did that to Bryce Mitchell. And then he survived against Bryce Mitchell, who's a great fucking jiu-jitsu artist. And then he's fucking knocking out people like Damon Jackson who have longer reach, and he beat Nate Landwehr, who's a veteran. I like Danny Gay here, money line, and I also like the fight to start round three, like you said. Danny Gay right now, money line. Why am I drafting shit go away? I think he's minus 170.
I believe so. Yeah, sounds about right.
Minus 170. Andre Fili though, this is like his first big test. Let's see if he can hang with like the top 10 145ers. But I think Danny Gay's gonna show Andre Fili like it's gonna be a close fight, but like the striking difference is gonna play a role. I don't think there's gonna be any too much grappling here, you know.
No, I
But
definitely I get
it's
to.
gonna be a close fight for sure. But I do think Danny Gay is gonna be like, man, like Sean Strickland, like step in the middle of the ring. Come on, let's bang it out. You know
No, for sure, man. It's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a really interesting fight.
that
That's
that
why I
could be
can't pick
fight
a
of the
winner here.
night. It could be
Yeah,
fight of the night. It was hard to pick a winner here for sure.
for
But
sure.
Danny Gay's experience, he's lost to Mavsar Evloev and he's lost to Josh Emmett. He's lost to one of the
Those are
top
good
five.
nice things.
You
Damn,
know,
why isn't it? Hold on. Fuck.
you
Hey,
know.
be nice for his money line.
Danny Gay money line. I'm fucking with. I'm rocking with it. You know.
All right, I bet. So Bar convinced me. I'm going with that Ige money line as well. But we also like to fight start round three for Dan Ige versus Andre Philly. So we got for that fight. But this next one, this was tough as well. Damn it, Jack
This is
Hermanson. All right, go ahead.
this is another one where it's like Joe Pyfer. It's his like first big test against
Mhm.
Jack Hermanson. Jack Hermanson, a veteran. He's fought like so many of the top 185 pounders. He's been around for so long. I don't. My gut is telling me fucking Jack Hermanson for some reason, but the odds are like, man, like why is Piper such a big favorite? It might be a good
Yeah.
matchup for Piper. That's what it could be, you know.
No, yeah, definitely. Like, man, because Joe Pyfer, top prospect, like he gets the finishes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of hype behind this guy. The Jack Hermanson, on the other hand, a veteran in the UFC, fought top guys in his division. It's just hard because fuck, like I don't know how it could really play out because Joe Piper, he has the submissions, he has the power as well. But Jack got the fucking grappling too. It's weird because it just depends what kind of fighter Jack Hermanson is gonna show up. Like, is he gonna really show out and give all he fucking got, or he's just gonna do what the fuck he did last fight, get his ass knocked out by Dolize? So it's tough. It's really tough, man. I can't pick a winner for this fight. Jake Hermanson versus Joe Pyfer. So I got fight start round two minus 270. I also like the fight start round three as well if you wanna get both odds.
Minus 105 for fights to start round three. Joe Piper is like Dana White's little fucking pet. I hate to say it, but he's kind of like Bo Nickel in a way. He's a fucking huge middleweight though. Like
He
that's
is.
what worries me with like, is Jack Hermanson gonna be able to succeed with the takedowns? If he doesn't succeed with the takedowns, then either way, I think he lasts 5 minutes in there because he's a veteran and he's gonna be able to calm the storm, settle it down with Joe Pyfer. And Joe
Crazy.
Pyfer is also not a quick starter. So I do like even the fight over 2.5 rounds plus 125 right now. Uh, but if I had to pick a winner, man, I don't know. My gut's telling me fucking Jack, but he hasn't showed up the past couple fights. And let's see, like Piper might be this next Bo Nickel prospect that comes up. So I feel like if it goes to a decision, they're probably gonna give it to Piper. And I do think he's gonna probably land more damage because he does have really good striking. And he does have good takedown defense too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just feel like there's gonna be some fluky shit here. There's that minus 260 is just not right with me, you know?
That's why I'm kind of skeptical too about picking a winner in this fight, man. like you said, I can't lie. I could definitely see it, bro. Joe Piper is definitely like a Bo Nickel type of fighter. You know what I'm saying? Coming to fucking UFC, a top prospect like that. He's definitely huge too, Joe Piper. But just because of the experience of Hermanson, I do think Piper wins, but I'm not confident in that, guys. So I like to fight to start in round two, minus 270. And I also like to fight to
And
start round three, what Bart said.
and Piper too is like he's kind of like a boxer, and Sean Strickland, Hermanson lasted 5 rounds of Strickland, I believe, and it was
Mhm.
also a main event. I think also in the Apex.
Damn.
So that just shows that Hermanson could definitely stay in there for at least 10 minutes. And this is Piper's first big test. Why is he even in
Sure.
this spot? Like he should not be in no main event. If anything, Dan Ige deserves it more, in my opinion. I
I
don't
see.
know how you feel about that. What do you think about that?
Honestly, I get what you're saying, but Joe Piper's past fights, he has been like killing it. You know, top prospect. It's been plenty of times where they gave Dan Ige, that spotlight and he shit the bed. You know what I'm saying? So
He did,
I
but
kind of have mixed
he
feelings
was
there.
given some tough ass fucking opponents too at the same time.
That for sure, because that featherweight division is tough. So I can't disagree with that one. But I don't know, man. But yeah,
Like
that's what I got for that main event, bro.
also whenever like Joe Pyfer is given somebody like who has good grappling, it goes to decision. Like Gerald Mearshart has decent grappling, went
Yeah,
to decision. Eric Anders, he's a grappler, went to decision. So on it's a 5 round fight. That's why we're saying fight to start round three.
yeah,
Because that minus 105, it's actually a really good value for that, for what it is.
yes, sir.
So
Yeah, man.
I'm going with fight to start round three. That's my official pick, minus 105 on DraftKings. um Hermanson, I think, is going to be able to hold it down for the first 2 rounds.
Bet. That's what we got, guys. That's what we got for UFC. I'm gonna run it back for you guys real quick. We got Bogdan Guskov beating Zach Pulga. We also got Jeremiah Wells beating Max Griffin. We got Marcin beating Devin Clark. For the main card, we got RoboCop Gregory Rodriguez beating Brad Tavares. We also got Dan Ige versus Andre Philly. We like Dan Ige to win, but we also like the fight to start round three, minus 250 for that fight for the co-main event. And for the main event, Jack Hermanson versus Joe Pyfer. We like the fight to start in round two and round three as well for that fight, guys, for UFC. That's what we got
And
for UFC, man.
let me just say this for my Polish people watching this: if you want to do a two-legger with the Polacks, Robert Bricek minus 160 and Marcin Prachnio plus 200 two-legger plus 380 right now. For my Polacks watching, come on, let's get the dubs. Come on.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Let's about it for UFC, man. Let's move on to Super Bowl this Sunday, guys. Chiefs versus 49ers. They're at Las Vegas. It's gonna be a really good game. Bart, you want to start off? You have something to say about this game? Who you got, man?
Man, it's been back and forth. The thing I hate when the this when Mahomes lost in the Super Bowl against the fucking Buccaneers, Andy Reid's fucking son had a DUI and he injured a 5-year-old girl seriously. This year, 2024, Super Bowl 58. What is it now? 4 years late, 3 years later, Patrick Mahomes' dad gets his third DWI right before the Super Bowl. I love the Chiefs here. I don't know why every single person I fucking ask has the fucking Chiefs when the 49ers are the favorite right now on the sports books. But something's off, but I still love the Chiefs here. I think it's Mahomes versus Purdy. Some people could say it's Mahomes versus McCaffrey, but we'll see, man. I love the Chiefs as the underdog here. I do think that they're just the more they lost that Buccaneers game really because the O line was fucking injured. This
Sure.
time they're not injured. Everybody's healthy. Pacheco's fucking killing it. Their run game is unstoppable because of their pass game. They got guys like Rasheed Rice fucking, going off. I think that the weapons the Chiefs have can compete with the weapons that the 49ers have. I really do, just because of the coaching. And I think that it's going to be a close game. Either team plus 4.5 here. But I like the Chiefs money line.
All right, all right. I like that, bro. And man, let me just start off saying this. The Chiefs, at the end of the season, it was a mid-season end of the season. They're struggling. They lost some games where they should
They
have
should have
won.
won for
Wide
sure.
receivers, Kelsey were dropping passes. And next thing you know, they're in the playoffs. And look, they when they lock in, they lock the fuck in, bro. Like it's crazy because all these guys are playing their heart out. They're catching these good ass passes. Shout out to Kelsey. Shout out to MVS. Rasheed Rice, rookie Rasheed Rice is balling right now. He's damn near the number one receiver for the Chiefs. Um, man, it's just like you can't bet against Patrick Mahomes at this point with his playoffs, Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention Patrick Mahomes and Chiefs 10-1 is an underdog. Patrick Mahomes, he's also undefeated in Las Vegas when he plays in Las Vegas. And if the Chiefs win, they're a dynasty. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I've been back and forth with this damn game because, like, don't get me wrong, the 49ers, they look great. You know, this is not Jimmy Garoppolo 49ers. This is Brock Purdy in the 49ers. Brock Purdy's balling. You know, yeah, don't get me wrong. He got the system, he got the weapons around him and stuff like that, but he's doing his job. He's making the great passes and the great reads that he sees. But man, one thing that worries me is the 49ers defense as well. 49ers defense, when they played the Packers and when playing the fucking Lions, they got ran through. Aaron Jones ran through their ass. Jameer Gibbs, David Montgomery ran through their ass as well. If the Chiefs could run the ball, and obviously we know Patrick Mahomes is going to show out. If Chiefs could run the ball well, Isaiah Pacheco and like Chiefs defense as well, turn over the ball maybe once or twice against the 49ers, I think they can win this game. Isaiah Pacheco has a ball out. I got Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. I like Debo Samuel touchdown. He's due for one. And I got Chiefs to win. If you want to get a little crazy, first time touchdown, Noah Gray, backup for the tight end from the Chiefs. Crazy odds plus 400. No, plus
Fif-
4,800.
It's plus 5,500 plus 5,500 on DraftKings right now.
Yes,
So
buddy.
$5 would get you like 260 or some shit. But let me say this, man. The 49ers are a team that maybe shouldn't even be in this game. You remember when the Saints, I mean, don't get me wrong, Dan Campbell made some terrible decisions in the conference championship game, and it honestly should be the fucking Lions in this game. And I don't know if the Lions were in this game, I'd probably pick them. But they fucking shit the bed so bad. The 49ers came back. Yeah, credit to them. But I think they didn't win that game. They were kind of like handed a victory. And the Chiefs, when you say it, man, when they're locked in, when Patrick Mahomes is running around like the old Russell Wilson on the Seahawks when they were almost a dynasty, like you and making plays and fucking getting hit last second and fucking flicking the ball to fucking Travis Kelsey for a fucking first down after running around for literally probably like 40 yards.
Yeah.
They're locked in. That's when they're locked in, and they're locked in right now. I think the Chiefs win it here, man. I think their offense is firing on every cylinder. Travis Kelsey, Pacheco, Rasheed Rice, even fucking, like they got secret weapons that they could bring out like fucking Sky Moore. It's
Yeah.
it's really incredible. Like I know like that the 49ers have these big names like um McCaffrey, Samuel, Kittle. But don't get me wrong, these little under the radar players that the Chiefs have are just as good and they can compete with the 49ers offense. And it's Brock Purdy versus Patrick Mahomes. Don't forget about that. Brock Purdy is Mr. Irrelevant. He was the last pick of the draft. I know he's got something to prove here, but he was handed a victory in this last game. He shouldn't be in the spot, and Patrick Mahomes is going to show them that.
For sure. Yeah, I agree. I agree, man. I'm a little worried because the 49ers are a different team. They're a great team this year. But let's, come on, let's not beat around the bush. They almost lost the past two games. The Packers almost beat them. Lions almost beat them. I think Chiefs, Andy Reid, Mahomes, dynasty. That's all that's in my head right now with this game, man. If they win, they're a dynasty.
It's like Packers Lions are on a pedestal, and then the Chiefs are on this pedestal. Like this is a different beast that they're dealing with.
They
That
they can't
they're
fuck up at this point. The
yeah.
49ers cannot afford to fuck up. Because they fuck up, the Chiefs might running up on their ass.
You know what I love for this game? I love Rashee Rice to score a touchdown. I actually like him to score two because I think the 49ers defense is going to be settled on Travis Kelce. They're going to be, trying to. I think the run game is going to go crazy for the Chiefs. Pacheco is going to score a touchdown. But I got big money here on the Chiefs, man. I love the Chiefs in this spot.
Yes, sir, man. We both got the Chiefs for Super Bowl, man. It's gonna be big. Tune in, like, subscribe, share. Tune in, man. Let's get it.
Let me
Give us some
ask you
likes
one.
on Instagram. Give us some likes on YouTube. Come on. What's up, bro?
Let me ask you one more thing. This is the Chiefs. So Chiefs are going back to back. What is it going to be? Their fourth Super Bowl if they win?
Third.
Third? It's going
It's
to
their
be the
fourth
third
Super Bowl appearance,
first Super
but
Bowl, fourth Super Bowl appearance. Third of it.
it's gonna be a third if they win this Sunday.
This is the next coming of Tom Brady. I don't think people are
Really,
appreciating what you're witnessing right now. This is greatness. This is like Brady and Belichick.
type of shit.
Mahomes and Reed are chasing that. Don't and fucking Taylor. Unfortunately, Taylor Swift. We're gonna have to watch that bitch fucking get married probably.
Oh damn.
Hey, give us some likes. Hey, shout us out on Facebook. Shout us out on Instagram, YouTube. Subscribe. Hit that bell. You know what we say.
Get it, man. Come on, let's get it. Tune in. No snooze, man. It's gonna be a big weekend.
Big weekend. Hey, UFC. Hey, what do you think? What do you think's UFC 300 main event? Give me your prediction. I
That's,
hit you with that out of nowhere, huh?
that's tough, bro. I want to say Izzy versus Max Pierre.
Is he for Pereira? Damn.
I originally want to say Chimaev versus Izzy, but I don't know what's going on with Chimaev. So I want to say Izzy versus Alex because I heard
I for some reason, man, I got Aspinall on Pereira.
that's wild, bro. If that shit really happens, I'm kind of be could be kind of blue. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna be kind of blue too, but I think they want that little super fight with the little
Yeah,
mix into the divisions.
I hope not. It's gonna be sad.
I think that's what they're gonna do. If not that, they're gonna do Drakus versus Izzy. I really
I,
do believe.
I could see that. Well, it depends how much time Drake Duplessis recovers, but that'll be nice. That's a good one.
Yeah. We'll see if he'll take that fight. Yeah. We'll see. There's supposedly a Super Bowl commercial that Dana White's gonna be in.
Really?
Yeah.
About that. All right. Well,
So he might announce it there.
all
You
right. All
never
right.
know.
Yeah, you never know. Well, man, peace out, Bart. Peace out, guys. Tune in,
But
share, running up the likes, man. Come on, give us some love. And let's have a great weekend, guys. Peace out, y'all.
stop, man.